So, this is going to be one of the biggest things we talk about today, isn't it? Because we have a pretty good trade to announce here. Take a look at this. The Colorado Avalanche and the Pittsburgh Penguins have swapped defenseman Brett Kulak for defenseman Samuel Girard and a 2028 second-round pick. This, at first glance, might seem like a pretty middle-tier move, but it's definitely not a minor trade. Both of these guys, Samuel Girard from Colorado to Pittsburgh and Brett Kulak from Pittsburgh to Colorado, are NHL defensemen. They are both Stanley Cup championship caliber defensemen. And I say championship caliber, but Brett Kulak, unfortunately, he has not won a Stanley Cup. However, he has been to the finals 3 times in his NHL career. Once with Montreal and twice with the Edmonton Oilers. Brett Kulak has some pretty darn good experience. Meanwhile, Samuel Girard is a Stanley Cup winner. He won, of course, with the Colorado Avalanche back in the early 2020s, despite not playing all the games when they ended up winning that Stanley Cup championship. So this is a trade of 2 experienced, 2 middle-tier defensemen from Colorado to Pittsburgh that actually looks like a really good deal for one team and is a pretty intriguing one for the other. Let's dive into it here. So, we have acquired Brett Kulak from the Penguins in exchange for Girard and a second, so Kulak essentially is the more valuable asset over here. Eric Johnson said he just fell to his knees at the tanning salon. My chum! What center are we targeting? Makar Truther goes out there and asks. What? That doesn't sound good. Horrible trade. Why is McFarland still employed? How are you the ones adding a pick to this? Well, okay, it doesn't look like Avalanche fans are too happy with this at the moment. AFP Analytics went out there and said that Brett Kulak is a defensive defenseman who had a tough start with the Oilers, but who has looked good with the Penguins. Traditionally, he's very solid defensively. That reflects in the numbers. Brett Kulak this season has 7 points in 25 Penguins games, coming off of 2 points in 31 Oilers games. Historically, he has been in the 10-plus range with multiple 20-point seasons the previous 3 years with the Oilers, and he has provided very solid defensive play on the back end. There's a reason why they went to back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals, and Kulak was going out there playing almost every single game. Kulak is a pretty stable D, and he has been improving his stock in Penguins land. Meanwhile, Samuel Girard, he's always been noted more so as an offensive dude. That's noted by the 30-plus point seasons he has brought to the Colorado Avalanche. This season, he is on pace for 20 points in 66 games. He did miss some time. 12 points in 40 games definitely isn't that bad. He signed on till the end of 2027, making $5 million a year. Brett Kulak, on the other hand, signed on till the end of this season, making $2.75. So at first glance, you might say, wait a minute, Samuel Girard is more productive. Samuel Girard has longer term. He's making more money. Why did the Colorado Avalanche attach a second-round pick to this deal? Yeah, I'm actually wondering the same thing, but let's go out there and read some of the analysis here from the trade. This is what Frank Saravalli said. Kulak is a proven playoff performer. Colorado had flirted with the idea of moving Girard on and off for parts of 4 years now. Girard is 27 and has 1 more year of cost control. Take a look at what NHL Rumor Report tweeted out. This is Elliot Friedman speaking about the Kulak and the Girard trade. This Colorado trade today, the first thing I thought of when I realized what all the pieces were is, what else are they up to? This move opens up some cap room for them. And with some folks going out there and speculating, oh, it's Kadri coming back, or Ryan O'Reilly, all of a sudden it makes a lot more sense why the Avalanche would have attached a second-round pick to move Girard off the team for Brett Kulak. They're getting some cap savings, they're going from an offensive guy to a defensive guy, they're getting some stability, but most importantly, that cap savings can open up some pretty big opportunities. Girard making 5, Kulak making 2.75 gives the Colorado Avalanche $2.2 million in extra cap spending room. and $5 million more for next season. Thomas Drance gave his thoughts on the trade as well. This is a fascinating trade. The Penguins effectively turned Jarry into Skinner, Girard, and Sam Poulin. That's a masterclass. The Avalanche maintain a high level of blue line depth while freeing up the space to activate O'Connor and still add significant pieces with term before March 6th. Fascinating indeed. I will give the edge slightly to the Pittsburgh Penguins right now, mostly because Samuel Girard, I think, is a guy that most people would say they value him more. The point production speaks volumes, man, and being a guy with multiple 30-point seasons in the NHL certainly is no easy feat. But also interesting in this entire ordeal is the trivia knowledge that we can take a look at with the addition of Brett Kulak to Colorado. Take a look at this tweet posted by the NHL's PR. With Brett Kulak being acquired by the Avalanche, he can achieve the rare feat of having played with Nathan MacKinnon, Sidney Crosby, and Connor McDavid during his NHL tenure. Kulak is set to becoming the third skater to play with all three. The other two are Derek Brassard and Caleb Jones. Yeah, big shout out over to Derek Brassard. The guy was a puck doku cheat code. He had played for like a third of the league by the time he had retired. And then Caleb Jones, the brother of Seth Jones, really interesting trivia note there as well. He played with all three of these Canadian greats. Although maybe now is not the right time to go out there and talk about how McKinnon is so good. Yeah, we're still trying to recover from the trauma of Sunday. And then you had yourselves finally NHL Rumor Report. This is what Jason Gregor said on Jeff Merrick's show, The Sheet, regarding this trade. Now that the Avalanche have gained an additional $2.5 million, I think they're probably going to try to go out there and get another defenseman and another forward. I still think they would be looking for a center. So $2.5 million, it might not seem like a lot right off the bat. You think, okay, well, what kind of guy can you get for $2.5 million? That's the thing about this NHL trade market. Teams are looking to double retain. Teams are looking to retain. Teams are looking to go out there and get the best value possible for guys, and they're willing to shell out draft picks and prospects to do that. Brett Kulak, obviously, is not necessarily better than Samuel Girard. He could be seen as more valuable, though, because the contract allows the Avalanche to maintain a consistent quality of defensive depth whilst improving their cap structure, and that is a pretty good move. But from the Pittsburgh side, turning Tristan Jarry into Stu Skinner, Samuel Girard, and Sam Poulin is very, very strong, especially when you consider what Jarry has been up to lately with the Edmonton Oilers. It's not like he's improved their goaltending situation that much. He's just there. So with all that said, you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about this trade between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Colorado Avalanche? Samuel Girard over to Pittsburgh, Brett Kulak over to the Avs. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on, and bye.